nachos.
Yeah.
Earlier, I mean, actually, while we were talking, I was eating this Little Debbie honey bun ice cream, right?
Wait,
And
what? Little
yeah,
Debbie has ice cream?
they've had ice cream for like 6 months now with all their treats.
What?
I think they
No
might have been
idea.
no, but I think they might have been discontinued though, actually, because I haven't been able to
Oh.
find them. It was, I think it was just a test to see if people would like it.
Well, they would have been right if had
Yeah,
I had some.
yeah. But the honey bun ice cream tastes like coffee for some reason. Like the ice cream is not great. Like they all taste weird in some way or another, except for the Christmas tree ice cream. That was good.
Well, probably because Christmas trees don't have an inherent flavor unless you like, eat the plastic or something.
Well,
Maybe they taste like pine sol.
the Christmas tree cakes. What?
Oh yeah, the
What?
Christmas tree cakes. My bad. I'm
I
thinking of a
was like,
different
wait,
thing.
you don't like the Christmas tree cakes? You're about to be tracked down by the CIA and killed?
No, I thought you were I thought you were referring to literal Christmas trees for
No,
some
no, the
reason.
Christmas tree
I
cakes
completely forgot about the Christmas
also got
tree
an
cake.
ice cream. They also got an
Man,
ice
you're
cream.
you're an ice cream hog.
Well, let's see how many. I've had four of them over. I mean, it's been like over the past 6 months. I don't eat ice cream much at all. I just decided to try them because it's interesting. I had the Christmas tree cakes, the zebra cakes, the strawberry rolls, and the honey buns, and maybe the nutty bar too. I don't remember. Now,
Oh,
the honey
dude,
buns taste like coffee
if
though. I don't know
they
why.
had the fucking Nutty Buddy bar fucking ice cream and that was
They do.
actually a thing,
They did.
I'm so sorry I missed that.
Yeah, they did. We had it. My
Dude,
dad
those
bought
those are
every
like my
single
favorite little
flavor.
Debbie thing.
My dad bought every single flavor,
Your dad
one
is a
of each.
genius.
See, he is a master of our time. I tell you.
He's a bread man.
Well, yeah, he is a bread man. Yeah, he understands the the little Debbie life. He gets free little Debbie snacks a lot because of his like his business. He gets like free
Isn't he like a truck
goldfish and
driver
cookies
for
too.
Pepperidge Farmers or something?
What?
Didn't you say he was like a shipment, like a truck driver for fucking Pepperidge Farms or something?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly it.
Sounds like a pretty interesting job.
I was about to say like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that my life's career.
Yeah, get me some little Debbie.
No, I think I'll get have plenty of fun being a a networking guy,
Yeah, I mean
IT
he does
technician.
make over $100,000 a year too. So I mean it's not a bad job by any means.
Yeah, I can make close to that with my career field. I'm going into IT.
Oh yeah, you probably make more eventually. 'Cause, I mean
Oh, maybe eventually. I don't know.
he's been doing it for like 13 years. It's taken a long time for him to get to this where he is now. But
Oh yeah, he most certainly didn't start out at $100,000.
no, we were poor when I was born. Like we were almost homeless if it wasn't for my grandma. Like he lost his job in 2008 because of the recession. And he had a different job working for a different bread company called Sara Lee. I don't think Sara Lee's around anymore. It might still be.
Oh, they're definitely still around.
Oh
Nobody
yeah,
does
well
it
the
like
the
Sara
um
Lee.
the Sara Lee that he did his shipments at is no longer there. I guess like the company is, but the location is not. Um, and he talks about it a lot. Like apparently, I mean it was a much worse job than Pepper's Farm. They just weren't as good to do their business with, but
Maybe didn't pay the best.
um, Yeah. Well, no. Well, I mean, he was just starting off, so he only worked there for like 2 years. So of course, they didn't pay better than Pepperidge Farm does now. Because I mean, he does like all the way from Sanford to Fort Bragg to Fayetteville, all of those places. So yeah, he goes all over North Carolina, delivering his bread. He only has to work like 3 to 4 days a week too, so
Really, that ain't bad.
that's not bad at
Making
all.
that much money and only working 3, 4 days a week.
Exactly, yeah.
That's that sounds like a pretty decent fucking job. I'm not gonna lie.
And he even
Just
offered
moving product around, making money.
he even offered to see if he could get my brother a route, but my brother refused because he does not want to work and he does not want to go to college. So I don't know what he's going to do with his life.
Ah,
And he now has
typical.
a child to provide for, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I think you should have took that job.
Well, it was not
Uh,
a certain job. It was just like a hope that my dad could buy the route. Like it's not a certainty, but it was more than likely, you know.
I mean, yeah, given that your dad has worked there a while, like, and he,
It's mostly because like there's not a whole lot of competition to take a bread route, you know. Because all of those guys already have their own places where they go, and they do just fine. They don't need another longer route. So I mean, well, anyways, we've been recording for 7 minutes and 15 seconds as of right now. So,
or
anyways, guys,
of course.
the Law Inspector here had a nice talk about bread and Little Debbie. That was great. This episode, we got a story. I have a story to tell, not nachos. I have a story to tell
Yeah, I
nachos.
never have a story to tell. I'm boring.
Well, this is also a year ago, so I feel like I'm also at least somewhat boring, you know?
We're both boring. That's why we make YouTube videos to not entertain people.
Well, yeah, it doesn't entertain anybody because nobody watches.
Yeah, because we're that boring.
No, it's not that we're boring. It's because YouTube's a rough place to get discovered, you know? And unless
It
it's
really
YouTube
is.
Shorts. YouTube Shorts is really easy.
Yeah, it's like TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's exactly like TikTok actually.
Yeah, just without the dancing most of the time, I think. I haven't ever seen any
Oh no,
dancing
there's
on
definitely still dancing.
I haven't seen any dancing on
We just
YouTube
don't watch
Shorts.
that shit.
Yeah, there probably is. You're right. You're right. Anyways, so I have a little script, a small script, like just a rough draft of the story here. Oh man,
You can like fill in details as you go, right?
I should have got I should have got a picture of that penis pool. Man, that's sad.
Dick
I
pool.
forgot the Smurf phallic shaped pool. Yes,
A summer sausage.
summer sausage. Yeah, I mean a lot of people do go to Disney World in the summer, so I guess it makes sense. So it was a 9 hour drive there. So my mother decided to take a very fast endeavor to the location we were supposed to go to, correct? Yes. She was going like 87 miles per hour on a 70 mile per hour highway. She got pulled over, you know, by a cop. Didn't get a she got a I don't
Cops
think she
do.
I don't think she got a ticket. It was fine. At one point she was going 100 and she was like, "Wyatt, look, I'm going 100."
What?
Although
Yeah,
this was
there's no excuse to be going 100 on the highway, lady. Oh my god. I don't care how much of a fucking hurry you are.
And this was in South Carolina too,
Unless
the
like it's
area,
been late,
the state with like the
lady, you should
worst
just
roads in the entire country. She could have just hit a crack and just flipped or something. I have no idea.
Yeah, I could have stepped on a crack and broke your mama's back. Like, what the fuck, man?
Wow, that's you're right. You're right. Uh, no, but
But yeah,
everything
like,
was
dude,
fine
that's wild. Drive
because
100
apparently
on fucking 70-mile-an-hour highway.
it was something like that, like 70 or something, 75 maybe. I have no idea. But that was in South Carolina. South Carolina doesn't really have cops around, you know. Georgia has much more strict driving laws than most other states around it. And that's where we got pulled over. But the cop was just like, just don't do that again. Probably because she had a family with her, so it's like this wasn't some random lady. I have no idea. We got some Cracker Barrel in Georgia. Cracker Barrel's always nice. Like, I got
Yeah,
some
I like me
pancakes.
some Cracker Barrel. Some nice old white people food.
Yeah, just some crackers and Cracker Barrel, you know? Yeah. How do you feel about the word cracker? Like, does it bother you? Or you just think it's kind of stupid? Because, like, a lot of people at my school actually take it like a serious offense, and it's just like, I don't care.
And well, I mean, like I find it like it's literally just the word cracker. Like it's a fucking food. But like if you're using it in a racial context, usually I find it kind of annoying because like that's just it's
It's
just
kind of,
dumb
I
to
mean, it's
fucking
not very
make
nice, of
racist.
course.
It's dumb to make like racist jabs, in my opinion. I mean,
I mean, of
although I've
course,
done it
it
before,
can,
I don't. That's not me now.
I mean, it can be all for jokes, too. I mean, it's fine. I don't really care.
I mean, it depends on the context. As long as you're not like saying, "Oh, you fucking honky ass cracker," blah blah blah. Like, the joke you just made was actually like fine. So
Yeah, of course, because it was about myself. But, so we got to we stayed in the wildlife resort, and it's a very nice looking hotel. All of the Disney hotels look nice, but this one was like themed. Of course, it's a wildlife resort. There was a pool, and of course the pool. Well, there's two pools, but one of them was shaped like a penis. And there was a river flowing from the pool to the hotel, which was like cum shot.
wait, there's a lazy river on the dick tip.
Well, no, you couldn't get in it. It was like an artificial river full of like rocks and stuff.
Oh,
It looked nice, but on the map it was very penis shaped. And
he is giving a sweet release.
oh yeah, I give that sweet release every day.
Okay, I didn't need to know that, bud.
Don't know, I don't. That'd be weird. I mean, haven't I mean you haven't you ever heard the phrase where there's a hole, there's a goal?
I don't want to hear that phrase ever again.
Yeah, I've already said it to you once before. It was like episode 65 or something. It was episode 66 because I titled that "Where There's a Hole, There's a Guitar Solo," so that's how I remember.
Oh
Episode
yeah,
66 of Dangan
it was
Mouth.
just me like shittily playing guitar, like in the
Yeah,
middle of
and
the
then
video.
me
I
talking
mean,
about how me and Toko have the same ideology of where there's a hole, there's a goal, and you're like, that's disgusting.
disgusting.
Disgusting. So we went to the Magic Kingdom first out of the three we went to. We went to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios,
How
and
magical was the magical kingdom?
not very magical. I didn't really like it too much. It's honestly very dangerous because the first one we went to, yeah, the first one we went to was the first ride we went on was Space Mountain, and I felt like I was going to get decapitated on that ride. Everything was fine. We mostly rode roller coasters the entire time we were there because they were fun.
Oh yeah, like
Uh,
you mentioned last time, like there were some safety concerns about some of those roller coasters.
yeah, yeah. I'll get to those in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, because I tried to explain this to you before, and then my earbuds got unplugged. That was not fun. I almost fell out of the second ride we went on. I think it was the second ride we went on. I don't remember. Was like this asteroid like rocket ride when you go in rockets, and you can make them pull up or down. But I feel like I was gonna fall out of my um little rocket ship when we were going, so I held on to this little lever at the bottom, and the lever made me go all the way up until at probably like a 30-degree angle, and it was not
Like out of
fun.
your seat.
What?
It made you tilt at a 30-degree angle, like out of your seat.
Like the entire thing was at a 30-degree angle. There was
Oh,
no seat. It was just you're
oh,
in this
sorry.
thing.
I must have been halfway listening. Sorry.
No, you're just in this little rocket ship that I can barely fit in. And there's like a tiny little seatbelt that goes around your legs that ain't gonna do anything.
There's no seat in this rocket ship at all. It's just a fucking seatbelt with no seat.
Yeah, no seat, just a seatbelt.
What? There's no harness.
No, there's
You're
there's
just bouncing
nothing.
around
There
and
is
beating your head
no
off the walls of this fucking rocket ship. Like, what the
no, and
hell?
you get suspended like 30, 40 feet up in the air, and you're just like spinning around in this thing, holding on for dear life in this little rocket ship where the seatbelt is barely worth anything.
Yeah, like if you're small enough, you could just slide right the fuck up out of there and start like bouncing your head off the fucking sides of the rocket ship, get a goddamn concussion and a
Well, no,
traumatic
it's
brain
it's
injury.
it's an it's an open top rocket ship. Like it's barely closing you in there.
Oh,
It's
that's
it's
even
more like
worse.
it's more like a space shuttle that has its top cut off.
Oh,
So like that's how you can easily fall out of the thing because you're just leaning while the thing is exposed with a very short walls. Keep in mind a very loose seat belt that's also very small and only goes around my legs, and then I can barely fit in the thing, and the thing I had to hold on to keep myself in there.
you know that rocket ship ride kind of reminded me of like a ride I went on when I was like really little. I was a fucking daredevil when it came to roller coasters. Like I wanted to ride every roller coaster every time we went to a fucking amusement park or like a fair or something. Like and this particular one, this ride was like I don't exactly remember what it was, but like you were locked inside of this like capsule, like no seatbelt, like nothing. Excuse me, just bounce like and this thing like spins around and goes up and down and like you just fucking in there bouncing around, beating like your head off the fucking sides of the walls and shit. Like it was not safe at all.
Mm.
But yeah, that was probably my least favorite ride experience. That was scary, and I was only like I don't know 5, 6.
Hey. But yeah, like, and then like the one thing I had to hold on to was just and the one thing that I had to hold on to that little rocket ship was the thing that made you go all the way up until like I mean they should explain that to people and not just let me figure it out for myself while I feel like I'm about to fall out of this thing. But that is probably the least safe ride I experienced the entire time there. So everything gets better from that ride. Okay. The next
Okay,
ride that I remember
that's good.
the next ride I remember going on was the Seven Dwarfs minecart coaster, like roller coaster. That was really good. It was like a mix between like feeling dangerous and being very safe. It was
Like a
fast but not
controlled
scary.
chaos, not like controlled chaos, not like being flying around in a goddamn rocket ship. That to fly out and kill yourself.
Exactly. Because that rocket ship ride was real high up there, and you're just sitting in these tiny little rockets. Like it's insane that they allowed that to be. Like, a child could easily fall out of that thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's already happened.
I did look it up like a couple of weeks ago, and there's been reportedly, no deaths from any of the rides. Just a bunch of like heart attacks on the rides and stuff. There have been some injuries on like some of the rides because like I remember reading this one woman was jumping between like seat to seat and the haunted mansion, and she got like hurt a little bit like by one of the seats crushing her tad bit.
Well, that's
That's
why
I
I
mean
don't
she
hop from seat to seat,
yeah
dumbass.
I mean she was being stupid. It's her own fault. So
That is her own fault.
but yeah I don't think there's been any deaths from the actual rides themselves. I saw where one boy drowned in the moat near like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. There's apparently been a ton of incidents with the Pirates of the Caribbean ride out of all of them. This has the most incidents, it seems. Then a ton of people have just had like heart attacks and strokes in the middle of the park, which is not good. But yeah,
Not good, but also
not the
not
Disney,
entirely
not the park's
surprising.
fault. So
Not the park's fault, and also not entirely surprising.
I mean, it was a bunch of old people mostly, so I mean, it makes sense. But I don't know. Animal Kingdom could be held responsible for somebody getting heat stroke because there's barely any air conditioning in that place. There was one place we found where there was air conditioning in that place. And that entire park, it was not fun. But yeah, my sister nearly flew out of Big Thunder Mountain, that roller coaster. This is still Magic Kingdom. There's several of the roller coasters have this pool bar that's like both people instead of individual pool bars. So my dad is obviously much bigger than my sister is, and she had a whole ton of space between her and the bar. So like my dad had to hold on to her the entire ride, and he had to do that for several other roller coasters too. Um, we also did the Haunted Mansion. It was good. Like I mean, it wasn't scary, but I mean, it was cool to look at. My dad said it improved vastly from when he was a kid. So I mean, they're at least doing stuff to it, so that's good. And we also saw the fireworks barely because there's way too many people at that park to all pile in and look at some fireworks. Like I can see them from my hotel better than I could the actual park itself. Well, day two, we went to Animal Kingdom. We saw some of the animals. Like we saw a giant. I think it was a giant anteater. That thing was pretty cool. It was asleep though, but it was like for one of the coolest animals we saw there. Like we saw a bunch of animals. We went to like a bird exhibit, like a big dome with a bunch of exotic birds in it. It was cool. I liked that. We did we did the safari, and the safari guide. He seemed like he was way too into his job. You know, like
Like, what do you mean by that? Because I'm pretty sure like it's part of their job to be really into their job at Disney.
I know, but he was like doing it all up. He had like this whole routine that he did. I don't, maybe all the safari guides had to do that, but he was like he had this cadence like he was an actor to him, and I don't know, it was funny. Like he made a lot of jokes and stuff, a lot of comments. It was fun. So he did his job well. The safari was good, although I have no idea how those train cars haven't slid into like off a cliff or something. Because there's a ton of like rickety bridges and rough terrain on that trail. I don't know how they don't get attacked by the animals because the animals are all chilling right next to the train, like open open season on those humans. I mean, there's no like really dangerous animals that could come after the train. I think it's all
No
herbivores.
cheetahs or fucking, like lions or tigers or some shit.
Yeah, the lions and tigers have their own exhibit and stuff. So yeah,
Like no cheetah's just gonna jump up on the train and start fucking mauling somebody.
no. No, unfortunately, that'd be pretty funny.
Funny, yeah.
But I mean,
That's
also,
hilarious.
also, a cheetah is like the wimpiest big cat, so they're not really going to do all that much. A strong man can easily defeat a cheetah. I feel like,
I don't know,
well, not
cheetahs are
easily,
pretty
but
fast and agile.
not easily, but he can. But it has to be a very strong man. Cheetahs are kind of wimpy when it comes to that whole thing.
They aren't wimpy when it comes to humans, but like they're wimpiest to the big cats, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, of the big cats, and also like I mean, they can be taken out by gazelles if the gazelle tries hard enough. Like it's kind of it's not so good for them. Yeah, Animal Kingdom has a huge issue with shelter and like restaurants. Especially with restaurants with air conditioning, especially like there was only one restaurant or any place in general we found that had food and air conditioning in that entire park.
Wait, only one restaurant with food?
Well, no, there's a bunch of restaurants with food, but food and air conditioning, like inside of a building,
Oh.
and it's called the Yak and Yeti. So I mean, it was good. I liked it. It was a nice break from the beating Florida summertime heat.
Yeah, I don't really plan on going to Florida unless I'm going to like Universal Studios or something. Like,
Yeah,
I
Universal
don't, I
has to
don't,
be
I don't
better than
want to
Disney
avoid
World.
Florida with everything I have in me.
Yeah, Florida's an interesting place to say the least.
Yeah, I imagine it's a lot like Ohio, except even crazier because of the heat.
Yeah, Ohio is called the Florida of the Midwest. So yes. Um, Expedition Everest was a crazy roller coaster, the biggest roller coaster in the entirety of Disney World. It was great. I really liked it. We went down like basically like a 90-degree drop in a spiral backwards. So that was interesting. It was great. It was great. We went the last place we went in Animal Kingdom was called Dinoland, and Dinoland is the saddest display of a place in the entirety of Disney World. Like it looks like it's been abandoned by whoever put it together. Like it's sad. It's really sad. Like, and Dinoland could be such a cool place if they would just do things with it. But it looks like it hasn't been touched in years. Um, lastly, we went to Hollywood Studios. The first thing we did there was Minnie and Mickey's Rockin' Raceway. It was very underwhelming. Uh, I did not appreciate that ride at all. Like, I mean, it was fun, but it was not fun. Oh, I forgot
Yeah,
to
that
mention
doesn't
we waited 2.5 hours for the Avatar like flying ride.
two
Two and a
and a
half
half
hours
hours.
of our day were spent standing in a line for just one ride. Like you have to have the utmost patience to go to Disney World.
Yeah, I don't. That's not on my bucket list for sure. I don't really have much business going to Disney World. Like,
I
I'm
don't
not
think
really
I
a big
ever
Disney fan.
I
Like,
don't think I ever
none
want
of
to
us
go
in my
back.
family really are.
No, Disney itself is just a terrible company in general. They can't do anything right anymore. Like they messed up.
I
They
mean,
messed up.
like Disney
Uh,
is just as bad as Nickelodeon, except with less fetishes.
what? What did Nickelodeon do?
Have you seen Nickelodeon shows, especially ones fucking directed by Dan Schneider?
Oh, not Dan Schneider. Yeah, we all know what Dan Schneider does. I don't know. No, but Dan Schneider shows, I love them. Like Henry Danger, the Thundermans, that entire generation of
iCarly
shows
is
was great.
questionable, bro.
iCarly, yeah, iCarly is very questionable.
iCarly.
iCarly. No, but Disney, they can't do anything right anymore. They messed up the Little Mermaid. They have severely messed up the Lilo and Stitch um live action. They got rid of Cobra Bubbles and made him a woman. Like, I think they might just hate black men, to be honest with you. Like, just
Wait,
it's
what about
not
black
fun.
men? Sorry.
What?
Who hates black men for what reason?
Uh, they messed up the Lilo and Stitch live action. They got rid of Cobra Bubbles, like the agent guy, and they've replaced him with a woman, like different, completely different character. And I said they might just hate black men, to be honest,
That's bruh.
because like in the because also in the Little Mermaid they made Prince Eric white, but they made his mom black, and they just said that Prince Eric was adopted. Why couldn't he just be black? And they're like, maybe Ariel could be white. Like, I don't know. Do they just hate white women and black men?
No, it's just another fucking marketing ploy to make them
I,
seem like they're being inclusive. It's just a fucking another ploy for money.
I know, but they also said he was adopted. They said Prince Eric was adopted, which is funny.
Yeah, what's even more funny is that they're only fucking changing up the story like that to make more money.
More diversity.
Diversity makes money.
Will allegedly makes money, but it's hurting their company severely, and they keep doing it for some reason.
Well, if it was hurting their company, then they wouldn't keep doing it because clearly they're not doing bad from it, or else they wouldn't do it.
Well, they're making money, but it'll all come crashing down on them eventually. It has to.
I don't
'Cause,
think so. As long as people are fucking buying, they'll keep doing.
like, people don't like it, but they still buy it for whatever reason. It's just like something to do, I guess.
Well,
I,
there are a lot of people that do like it, so.
Although the Pixar side of Disney is still going strong, they're releasing a new animated movie called Elemental, and Elemental looks promising. Looks like it'll be a fun movie instead of just some like live action stuff. I don't know what Disney's doing anymore. Pixar, I wish Pixar was still its own thing because Pixar knows what to do. Pixar is still competent in some way, shape, or form. Did you know they're
Pixar
making
is
a?
doing all right. Though, their Buzz Lightyear movie,
Oh yeah, that one flopped.
I mean, I actually didn't mind that movie. I thought it was all right.
I mean, I thought
It had a
I
cool
mean, it looked like
concept.
it would have been good. Yeah,
Like I watched it myself. It wasn't bad. It was a good movie.
I don't know why it flopped. Maybe because it just looks different. I'm not sure.
It might have flopped because of, and I don't want to assume anything, but because of the fucking like there was a part in it where like Buzz Lightyear's female coworker was lesbian and had adopted a child with that uh like
Yeah, I heard all about that, and I think people are upset about that for whatever reason. But it's like whatever.
like
It's not like
why? Why are you upset about that?
it doesn't. You don't need to be upset about it. It's just some random character. Like it's fine.
It's just part of the fucking plot. Like, it's why are you getting so butthurt?
It's not
Like,
like they made Buzz Lightyear gay. That'd be weird.
and like they kept Buzz Lightyear the same.
For once, Pixar actually keeps their characters the same. Disney does not. Yeah, but Elemental looks promising. It's a fun little movie. Did you know they're making a live action Moana already? Even though Moana's only like 7 or 8 years old, and somehow they're gonna mess that up, and make Maui a woman, and kill the grandma early. I have no idea. Even earlier, just get rid of her. That'd be yeah, the grandma and Maui were like the best part of the entire movie. I don't even care about Moana. Like, Moana's cool, but Maui's better. Maui's also The Rock, so I mean it's fun. I hope I hope The Rock actually is in the live action. That'd be so funny. He is similar to
The Rock
Maui.
should be a live action. I mean,
He
he's
is
about as big as Maui.
he's a big man, yes. He just has to get a lot of fake tattoos on him.
Also, there's no way that that man is not on steroids. Like, holy shit, he's huge.
Talking about the Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, if he is, whatever, good for him. He don't look weird, unlike some of them.
Yeah, and he doesn't act weird either. Like, clearly
No,
he's
he's
only
just a cool
juicing
dude.
little.
He's just a cool dude. I mean, he's an
And
actor
like,
now.
I mean, yeah, like he's looking good. He eats like fucking 5,000 calories a day,
I wish that'd be fun. I don't know. I like eating.
and he works out like 4 fucking times a day for like 5 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta put in that effort. Even if you're on steroids, you still gotta put in that effort.
I mean, yeah, like I wasn't saying like I was not by no means saying that steroids is like what makes him have that muscle. Like obviously you got to put in a shit ton of work in order to get that
No,
big.
but even so,
No,
let's not say
steroids
he's on
are
steroids because The Rock is a cool dude and we don't need to be spreading lies about him.
no, we're not spreading we're not I'm not spreading lies. I'm just saying like I wouldn't be surprised if I found out that he was juicing, and I wouldn't be upset either. Like who cares? Like that's his
I mean,
decision. It's
it's
not like
just
it's
I
illegal.
mean he does what he do. I mean, it's not like he's doing it. Like he's not an athlete anymore. So I mean, guess he technically
Yeah,
never
it's
was.
not like yeah, it's not like he's like breaking some code. Like that's his choice. He can do what he wants with his fucking body,
Yeah, but
and
anyways,
clearly it's working for him. Like holy shit, man is looking
his
man is looking like
juice.
a whole ass rock.
Well, yeah, literally.
He
We
looking
went
like
to
Dwayne Boulder Johnson.
we went to Toy Story Land and we had grilled cheese and tater tots behind a dumpster. Yeah, cause that little
That sounds really romantic.
yeah, I mean that yeah, very romantic with a mother, a father, and two
Yeah, grilled
children.
cheese and tater tots behind a fucking dumpster. The most
Yes,
romantic thing I can think of.
because
Not like, a fucking nice steak dinner with like a baked potato and asparagus at a nice
well,
like
listen, it
fancy
was in
like
Toy
restaurant.
Story Land, and the Toy Story Land restaurant was packed. Okay, so we ate like next to a dumpster behind the building.
Yeah, I know. I was just laughing at that mental image.
I mean, it was a very sad mental image, certainly. Hey, but I mean, and the grilled cheese and tater tots for four people cost $50.
$50?
$50. I mean, it would make for more sense if it cost 20, maybe 30, not 50.
Yeah, like grilled cheese and tater tots. Like, what the fuck? It's not. That's not anything elegant. Like,
Grilled cheese and tater
just
tots should
some
not be
fucking
worth more than
American cheese and
$10.
some tater tots. Like,
Like, and it wasn't even like great grilled cheese. My dad can make better grilled cheese and probably sell it for this less. I mean, it's just Disney, Disney extorting their populace.
that's what they do. That's how they make their cash.
They gotta make them money. The money is the root of all evil, as people say.
It's also the root of all money.
Yes, that does make sense. You're correct. By the time we got to the Star Wars area, it started to rain, so we went into an indoor ride where it's like you drive the spaceship. My sister was a lead driver of the spaceship, so we crashed and completely failed the ride because she did not know what she was doing, and my dad was supposed to be the secondary driver, but he couldn't control anything for whatever reason. So
Well,
I
there are
have no
some
idea.
things you just can't control.
And then after that, we pretty much just went home because I mean it was raining. We were wearing trash bags over ourselves basically, and it was like the most humid thing I could have ever thought of in my entire life. And one thing, the final
Hot
thing I got to
rain in
mention,
Florida wearing fucking trash bags as ponchos.
yeah, pretty well they were ponchos, but it felt like trash bags. On the way to Florida, and from the back, we discovered the magical place known as Bucky's. Right?
Oh, I've
It
heard of
has
that.
it has bathrooms that are like seven. They have like 70 toilets and urinals in the bathrooms each. That's crazy. And then
Yeah,
it
it's like a
has
whole
it,
ass fucking gas station in Walmart.
it has like a cafeteria in the middle of it. Like I mean, it's a small like they cook food right in front of you, and you take it and eat it. They have like sausage biscuits, like nut treats. I don't even. I think it's just like bags of nuts that like taste good, like put in cinnamon and stuff. They have sausage biscuits, like burritos, bunch of breakfast stuff, like a whole ton of biscuits, and they have meat. Like you can have ribeye and like stuff like that, barbecue. They also had a
What?
ton of shirts that
Yeah,
we bought.
I need to fucking go down south and get Bucky's.
I mean, you can buy an entire meal and like just an entire lifestyle at Bucky's. It's pretty crazy. I don't think anything can ever beat Bucky's. Really. And I mean,
Certainly not in the gas station like 7-Eleven. Goodbye. Like, bring in
Sheets
Bucky's.
Sheets is the only possible competition to Bucky's.
And Sheets really isn't even like nearly as special as what I've heard Bucky's to be. Like literally, I've seen people like record videos of going into Bucky's, and that shit looks like a whole ass fucking department store.
Oh yeah, I mean it's as big as a Walmart, and it has like
Yeah,
70 to 100 gas pumps in it. It's crazy. It can house so many people. There are so many people in Bucky's at one time. It's very um intimidating.
yeah. I gotta convince my family to go down south and go to fucking Bucky's.
And then there were so many weird people at Disney World. Like you just look at some of them. Like I saw this one man. I'm not even sure that had like all emo stuff on. I'm not even sure what he was wearing anymore. He had long hair. Might have been a woman. I'm not sure. But he was like dressed in complete black and just weird looking. He looked like Celeste. He looked like Celeste Ludenberg just without the tire hair and the weird lolly clothes.
Just emo dude.
And there was a ton of other weird people like that. Just so strange walking around that place. It is Florida, so and it's also Disney. You know how Disney what their um stance is on certain things. So yeah, maybe they just be like, yeah, cool, go to Disney. Sounds good. I don't blame them. I mean, I would too. Buying stuff. My sister bought like over $1,000 worth of things at Disney. And I bought two things. I bought two things at Disney, both about the movie Up. I got a bunch of figures, like little figurines of the characters, and then a hat for about Doug, and a shirt about Doug too. I think, yeah, but a couple shirts. And my family basically forced me to buy something because my sister bought something in every single location. And I just didn't bother because I don't really want many things.
The memories are good enough for you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Because I mean, like the shirts are pretty nice. I wear them, but I bought like a Seven Dwarfs shirt, a Pluto shirt, and a Doug shirt. Well, the dog from Up. His name is Doug. Yeah,
Yeah, Doug the dog who can talk and shit.
yeah, with his little collar. Um, food was a big food and the entirety of Disney World is a majority pork and like ribeyes. They have so much pork in that place, and that's like all we could eat the entire time was just
Oh,
pork.
my dad would love that shit. He's a big pork fan.
Well, good for him, but we had too much of it, and it was like the food was good in a lot of places, but it's just. I mean, the best thing I had the entire time there was at Yak and Yeti, and it was a Kobe beef burger, and that was good. That was real good. Kind of expensive, but it's nice. And then heating is a big problem in Animal Kingdom. I mean, it's hot all over the place. It's Florida, but why? How come they had to put? How come they had to put the parks in the two hottest states? Well, I can't say the two hottest, but Florida and California are some of the hottest states in the United States. They couldn't have put it in South Carolina or Virginia or maybe Oregon or Nevada would have been better. No, never mind. Nevada's like a desert. What am I even saying?
And that is a desert. It's really dry and hot.
The only thing there is Las Vegas. I mean, hey, California is better than like Nevada or Utah or Arizona or New Mexico because they're all scorching desert. So I mean, especially Arizona. Arizona's not good.
Yeah, I've heard some shit about Arizona's heat, especially in the last couple of summers. It's been like 100. It's been in the 120s.
What was it? What was the racial slur we came up with for people who live in Arizona that we used on Gavin and Jack?
Dude, what was that? It started with a C.
It was cac font because I misspelled cacophony, and you were like cac font, and I was like, that's what we'll use to describe people who live in Arizona. And then we told Gavin that he was a cac font, not cac font. I mean, I don't know why, but
What would be a slur for people who live in Ohio? Ohioan. I feel like Ohioan's good enough.
yeah,
That's just an
Oh,
insult.
you filthy Ohioan.
Yeah, I feel like Carolina goer is like good enough for any fucking people who live in the Carolinas.
Or just Carolinian. North Carolinian, South Carolinian.
Carolinian fashion.
Carolinian.
The
Carolinian fashion.
Carolinians living in their Carolinian fashion.
The Cara Indians. So yeah, shelter is a big problem in Animal Kingdom. Safety is a big problem, mostly just in the Magic Kingdom. Needs some improvements because it's not very good. It's not good. So I would rank. I would still rank Magic Kingdom the best out of the three, and then Hollywood Studios, and then Animal Kingdom because Animal Kingdom was rough. Like other than the Yak and Yeti and Mount and Expedition Everest, it was a rough place. Hollywood Studios, I like Hollywood Studios. It's just it started raining, so we couldn't experience it very well. We would have had a great time there. It might have been my favorite.
That's always a bummer.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, the alarm starts out. Have a nice day. We will see you on the next one.
Peace.
Goodbye. Yeah.